Okay, guys, I hope everything is going very well. Today, we are going to talk about and analyze compare and contrast essays. So, you will need your essay packs, writing packs, and your student's book and your notebook with you. Okay, let's start if you're ready. Okay, why will we use compare and contrast essay? Okay, everywhere you can need to write about this actually. When you go into your departments, a professor in your department might ask you to write about the similarities and differences between two word leaders or two things. In a literature class, okay, you might have to compare two poems or two characters in a play. Okay, whenever you need to compare two or more things, you will need to write or know about compare and contrast essays. Okay, topic sentence, thesis statement in comparison and contrast paragraphs. Guys, when we say topic sentence, it means it is the introductory and explanatory sentence of a paragraph. But if we say thesis statement, it is the topic sentence of an essay, of a full article. This is the difference. So you can think like that. Thesis statement in an essay is like a topic sentence in a paragraph. Let's see in detail. The topic sentence of a comparison contrast paragraph should name the topic, okay, what you are talking about, what two things you are talking about, and indicate the controlling idea. Okay, from which side you are talking about this, like whether the focus of the paragraph is on similarities, differences, or both similarities and differences. Okay, let's see some examples. Examples 1. To understand 21st century education, let's examine the similarities and differences. Okay, similarities and differences is like controlling idea. And between the schools of 50 years ago and the schools of today. So these two things are like the topic, the name of the topic here. Yes, we are continuing. When students are applying to colleges, they should consider differences. Okay, differences here, controlling idea in which size? Okay, which topics? Class size, academic standards, and tuition. Okay, these are the topics I'm comparing because it says differences. Okay, and the other example, the Olympics of ancient Greece and the Olympics of today. Okay, these are the topics I will compare, have three differences. Okay, difference is my controlling idea. So, what are the essentials, topic sentence essentials in compare and contrast paragraphs? First one, I have to tell exactly what do I compare. Class size mı, academic standards mı, tuition mı? I have to explain it, okay, exactly, tam olarak söylemeliyim. Two, from which side do I compare these things? Hangi açıdan karşılaştırıyorum? Similarities, differences, or both their similarities and differences? Yani compare and contrast essay dediğimde burada paragraflarından şu anda daha küçük yapısından bahsediyoruz ama compare and contrast essay dediğimde arkadaşlar iki şeyin benzerliğini de karşılaştırabilirim, farklılığını ya da benzerlik ve farklılıklarını karşılaştırabilirim. İlla ki farklılıklarını karşılaştırırım, yazarım diye düşünmeyin. Okay, I'm continuing. Okay, what about şimdi açıyorum. I'm just examining, okay, the key parts of a compare contrast essay. Supporting sentences in comparison and contrast paragraphs. Okay, I'm talking about supporting sentences right now. There are two ways to organize a supporting sentence of a comparison contrast paragraph. Actually, guys, to be able to write a compare and contrast essay, you can use, okay, you have to know two methods, two ways, okay, and you can choose whichever is easier for you. The first one is called point-by-point method organization, and the second one is called block organization. You can use either of them, okay, while writing a compare and contrast essay. Let's see, in point-by-point organization, you write about similarities and or differences 1, main point at a time. Okay, you are just going step by step. You will see it in detail from the examples. You will understand it better. The first example is point by point organization model. It's an example model, and you can see this example in your writing text on page 2. Changes in education for the 21st century. It is going point by point. The first point, okay, here you see the topic sentence. First, let's see the topic sentence. Let's examine the similarities and differences. Similarities and differences, it says so. It's controlling idea. But what do I compare here? Neleri karşılaştırıyorum? The skills of 50 years ago and the skills of today. First, I have to write a good topic sentence. Önce güzel bir topic sentence yazmalıyım. Then, I'm continuing. Main point, ilk subtopic'im de look at what students studying then and now. Şimdi this is my subtopic. 50 years ago'yu alıyorum and today. 50 years ago, today. And the second subtopic, examine similarities and differences in past and current. Okay, methods of teaching and learning. Okay, 50 years ago, today. 50 years ago, today. Okay, topic by topic. All two things I'm comparing by topics. And the third subtopic, purpose of education in the 1950s, okay, in contrast to today. So, purpose of education. Today, 50 years ago. Today, 50 years ago. It goes like this. And the concluding sentence, you have to write the concluding sentence. Okay, you have already written a lot of concluding sentences in your first writing pack from paragraph to essay. So I won't mention again and repeat again how to write a concluding sentence. But maybe you will see in the examples, but I won't tell it again. Okay, let's see the block organization. Let's see an example model of block organization. Okay, what is different in block organization? In block organization, you group all the similarities together in one block, in one paragraph, and all of the differences in another paragraph. I think it's easier. Maybe you will want to learn about this more. Let's see. Okay, this same article, again, changes in education for the 21st century, the same subject, but just the way of writing is changed here. Okay, so 50 years ago, schools today, similarities, differences, the same topic sentence, nothing changes in topic and concluding sentences, but what changes here? The first main point, there are clear similarities between 20th century and 21st century schools. Okay. All the similarities here. Okay, today, 50 years ago is similar in this way. Today, 50 years ago, similar in this way. Today, 50 years ago, similar in this way. Main point, part B or paragraph B, significant differences between 20th and 20th century. Okay, difference 1, difference 2, difference 3, difference 4. However you wish. Okay, it can continue like until 10, but it's just 3 is enough, guys. Just don't exaggerate it. And the concluding sentences, that's all. Okay, we are continuing. Let's see the concluding sentence. Okay, I said I won't repeat it again, but I will just surely mention like this. I will just remind you, not in detail. The conclusion of a comparison contrast paragraph may repeat the topic sentence or restate similarities and differences. It may also give an opinion or recommendation. Gençler, concluding sentence'lerde neler yazabiliyordum? Topic sentence'a çok benzer bir şekilde tekrar aynı harfi harfine, kelime kelimesine tekrar etmiyorum tabii ki de. Farklı kelimeler kullanarak tekrar ediyorum, özetliyorum, kendi fikrimi söylüyorum ya da böyle giderse böyle olur, benim fikrim böyledir gibi tamamlıyoruz arkadaşlar. Başka bir konuya geçmiyoruz ama kesinlikle buna dikkat edin. There are some example concluding sentences here. Okay, do you remember the concluding signals like to sum up, indeed, okay, and what else? In brief, in conclusion, finally, this stuff. In conclusion, bunları hatırlamak için arkadaşlar birinci writing pack'inize bakabiliriz. You can turn to writing pack 1 because all the information about concluding sentence can be found there. In conclusion, after students weigh differences in quality and cost, they may decide to choose a smaller, less expensive college that nevertheless has high academic standards. Okay, it's a perfect concluding sentence. And to sum up, the ancient Olympics and the modern Olympics differ in their purpose, participants, and events. Okay, guys. Just restating the topic sentence and summarizing all the idea in the article. Okay, I'm continuing. Now I will share with you the formats, okay, like tasks, and you can use these formats whenever you need. The first format is like for block format. Okay, what can I do to write an essay in block format, a compare and contrast essay in block format? In introduction, okay, you are saying providing background information, like you are starting with a general idea and you are just narrowing down until the topic sentence. It's a way, or you can just start with a question. However you wish, you have already learned how to write a good introductory paragraph. The second, identify the two things being compare and contrast. Yes, you have to say exactly what you are comparing, okay? And three, state the purpose for making the comparison and contrast. And four, why it is a statement that states the focus of your essay. Okay, now write it is a statement, see, not white. Okay, a good topic sentence here, like with your controlling idea, hangi açılardan karşılaşacaksınız, neyi karşılaştıracaksınız. Devam ediyoruz in supporting paragraphs. In the first paragraph, because it's a block format, discuss the similarities. In the next paragraph, discuss differences. Bu sizin için daha kolay olabilir block formatı kullanmak arkadaşlar. In conclusion, restate the purpose for comparison, contrasting different words, summarize the main similarities and differences, make a conclusion. In other words, like, I think it will be like this in the future gibi kapatabilirsiniz. Şimdi point by point'in ana şemasını, let's see the framework of compare and contrast essay, point by point format. In introduction, again the same things. Okay guys, nothing changes here. Hiçbir şey burada değişmiyor. Identify the points to be compare and contrast. Okay, biraz önce gençler burada da değindik mi bilmiyorum. Burada yoktu. Neler hakkında karşılaştırma yapacağım yoktu. Çünkü zaten similarities ve differences'ı açıklıyordum. Ama buradaki fark şöyle bir şey. The differences here like this. You are identifying all the points to be compared and contrasted. Mesela 50 yıl önceki eğitimle, yani point by point'ten bahsediyorum şu an. 50 yıl önceki eğitimle bugünkü eğitimi karşılaştırıyorsanız, anlatılan konular, öğretmenler, teknoloji, use eğer 3 tane konuda karşılaştıracaksınız. Karşılaştırma yaptığınız konuları da point by point'te introduction'da vermeniz gerekiyor. Supporting paragraphs. In the first paragraph ne yapıyorsunuz? Bu da aslında farklı. This point is also different from the block format. Compare and contrast two things according to the first point you identified. Hangi point'se? Mesela education 50 years ago and right now the methods. Okay, first point the methods. Okay, you are comparing 50 years ago and today. In the second paragraph you are comparing and contrast two things according to the second point. Second point the teachers olsun. Okay gençler, teacher'a göre compare ve contrast yapıyorsunuz. 50 yıl önceyle bugünü, today and 50 years ago according to the teachers. And third one, do the same thing in the third and subsequent paragraphs. Şimdilik gençler, it is okay, you will write just 3 points, guys. 1 in introduction, 3 in supporting paragraphs, and 1 for conclusion. And if conclusion, you are doing exactly the same thing you did in block format. Block formatta yaptığınızın aynısını yapıyorsunuz. Şimdi arkadaşlar, yine writing pack'inizde olan bir yer burası. Practice 2, on page 4 in your writing pack, there is an example for you. Let's do it together. Okay, we will find the topic sentence of this paragraph, compare and contrast paragraph together, and we will decide which technique of compare and contrast essay has been utilized for this paragraph. Okay, guys, let's read together. One similarity between the first day at a new school and the first day at a new job is the feeling of nervousness and anxiety that comes from the unknown. So I'm comparing what? First day at a new school and first day at a new job. Okay, I got it. Students have to find classrooms, cafeteria, and other important places on campus. Okay, they are afraid that they will get lost and be late, and they think that everyone will notice their mistakes. Okay, it's talking about the school. Likewise, it's like similarly, new employees must become familiar with their surroundings. They feel just as confused and insecure as new students until they learn their way around. Okay, here it is talking about the similarities between the first day at a new school and first day at a new job. Okay, I'm continuing, maybe also differences. Another feeling that new students and employees usually have in common if the failure is the fear of failure. Students wonder if they will be able to meet the demands of their classes. New employees also worry about the assigned workload. Both groups are concerned about making a good impression on an instructor or a boss, figuring how to use the books, computers, and other materials they will need to success. It's continuing of the similarities between these two things. Finally, there is the feeling of being alone. Students worry about not having friends at their new school. Similarly, again, the similarity, new employees are often uncertain about who they will work with, eat lunch with, talk to during break time. In conclusion, the feelings of students on their first day at a new school and the feelings of employees on their first day at a new job are remarkably similar. Okay, guys, all the paragraph was about the similarities. Okay, first I will decide this paragraph is written in the way of point by point or block. Okay, let's check it again. The nervousness, 1 point. Okay, and the second point, fear of failure. Okay, and uncertainty. Yes, okay, the answer is point by point. Because, guys, it says it talks about one similarity, like in both cases you feel nervous. Mesela, for example, at school it happens to be like this, and in your first day at work it happens to be like this. The second reason is, in both cases you just want to, okay, make a good impression on the other people. At work, the first day it is like this, and at school it is like this, blah blah. So of course the point by point or block, okay, these ways are used in essays, but here we did it for the paragraph. Paragraf için yaptık bunu. Bu paragraf bir paragraflık bir essay olduğunu düşünürsek it is written in the way of point by point format. Okay, the second question. Tell the best topic sentence for this paragraph. Okay, let's see. A, there were similarities and differences between the first day and the first. Okay. B, there are 3 major differences. C, there were similarities between the first day at a new school and the first day in a new job. D, there are feelings of forces on their first day at a new job. Okay. The most, okay, appropriate answer is here, I think, is C, because in the paragraph I can just see the topics written about the similarities between the first day at a new school and the first day in a new job. Okay, guys, I'm continuing. Okay, this is your second paragraph, second practice, sorry. You can see, okay, this in written version on page 6 in your writing packs. Okay, what am I going to do here? Okay, I will arrange a comparison and contrast paragraph in a logical order. Right now, it is not in order, so I will try to make it in order. It gave me the first sentence here. Top-down and bottom-up management are 2 very different phases of running a business. Okay, opposing styles of management. And what can be the second one? Okay, on the other hand, no, in contrast, however, okay, in the end, no, the foremost difference between 2 management styles. Possible final difference, second but related, no. Okay, with the top-down management, I think the first one is F. Yes, guys, the first and most obvious difference between the two management styles is who makes decisions. Okay, because it says the first and most obvious, and it's comparing two management styles. Karşılaştırıyor. First is top-down, and the second one is bottom-up management styles. Okay, the third sentence will be, oh, sorry, K. Okay. In the top-down approach, the owner of a small company, for example, is completely in charge of all decision making. So it is explaining what these management styles are. And the fourth one, B. In contrast, okay, be careful because we will need to use these contrasting signals. The owner of the company welcomes the opinions and suggestions of our employees in the bottom-up approach. 5 hash H. A second, okay, now, but related difference is the amount of time needed to make a decision. Okay, it goes on. 60. The top-down approach to management is effective when decisions have to be made quickly because they are based solely on the knowledge and desires of the boss. Okay, it goes step by step, huh, guys? The second part is the time, and the first one, okay, is the who make the decisions. Okay, it is like point by point, huh? Yeah, maybe 7. A. On the other hand, again, a contrasting verb, a phrase, we will learn about them. Bottom-up decision-making moves slowly because of the number of people who are involved in the process. 8. G. The final difference. Okay, it is talking about the differencelerden bahsediyor. The attitude of employees is also related to where and how decisions are made. Okay, the attitude of employees'ten bahsetti. 9I, with top-down management, employees are more likely to have a negative attitude because they don't understand or like their work. Okay, şimdi top-down'la bottom-up'ı karşılaştırıyor. Aynı konuyla ilgili 10C. However, a result of bottom-up management is that employees feel like members of a team, so they are more likely to do whatever it takes for their company to be successful. Okay, final difference, attitude of employees. The attitude of employees ile ilgili top-down approach ile bottom-up approach'u karşılaştırıyor şimdi. 11E, okay, in the end, business leaders should identify the management style that is best for their company, top-down, bottom-up, or a combination of the two. Okay, guys, this is all. Okay, in the end de bağladı. It's the conclusion. Çok güzel bir arkadaşlar. Yol sizin için. Okay, on the other hand, in contrastlar, however, you can see all the examples of a good comparison and contrast paragraph. Guys, which method is used here? Okay, like point by point or block format. I think here point by point format has been used because it just gives like, for example, time. For bottom up and for top down, this is like this. So first the subject, then the comparison of the other subject, step by step bütün subjectleri farklı, yani karşılaştırmak istediği bütün konularla ilgili önce konuyu veriyor, sonra ikisini karşılaştırıyor. Şunu da şöyle ama bunu da böyle gibi. O yüzden point by point gitmiş bir paragraf diyebiliriz. Güzel bir örnek. Devam ediyorum. Şimdi, to be able to write a good compare and contrast paragraph or essay. Okay, what do I need? Okay, I need to write a good introduction paragraph. Okay, I need to find supporting ideaları bulmam lazım. From which ways I will compare these two things. Hangi açılardan karşılaştıracağım? And I should write a good concluding sentence, but how will I fill into these sentences? Bu cümlelerin içine nasıl dolduracağım? I should do something. Okay, I should add some sauce, okay, on this essay so that it will sound more of like a compare and contrast essay. So I will have to learn about the grammar part. So I will have to learn about the sentence structure, the language of comparison, contrast essays, useful phrases, and sentence patterns. Okay, you can Follow it on page 9 in your packs, writing packs. Okay, there is a good example here, 2 varieties of English. I took it because there are so many beautiful, okay guys, compare and contrast useful phrases and grammatical structures. 1. Both British English and American English are commonly taught in schools around the world. So both show similarity or difference? Similarity. 2. Although these 2 varieties of English are mutually understandable, there are quite a few differences between them. So the first one is something positive, and there are quite differences like negative. So although shows contrast'ı difference'ı göstermek için kullanılıyor. Batabiliyorum, it is for difference. And whereas, what about whereas? Let me, read the sentence from the beginning. 6. British students theorize, analyze, and socialize. Lütfen gençler, look at this S here. In British English, we use S, but whereas American students theorize, look at Z, analyze, and socialize. So this is also, whereas also shows the contrast between 2 sentences, differences, and just as neyi gösteriyor olabilir? What can it show us? Finally, just as there are differences in spelling and vocabulary, there are many differences in prose. So differences. So in the parallel idea, so 2 tane the same kind of idea, it is like parallelism. So comparison gösterir, similarity, it shows similarity. Okay, I will learn about them in detail. Yeah, as you can see, gördüğünüz kadar, from also the other examples we have talked about so far, we need some transition signals, to show similarities and differences. You can say them linking word diyebilirsiniz, bağlaç diyebilirsiniz, yapı diyebilirsiniz, structure, doesn't matter how do you call them. Transition signals to show similarities. First, let's look at the similarities. Alike, okay? The example sentence, my parents and my husband's parents are alike in several ways. Several ways, it means similar, guys. 2. And 2, how do I use it? Dublin has an international airport and London has an international airport, or does 2. Okay, 2 things sharing, comparing, okay? Parallel things. As you know, as the tourist apartments are as expensive as the parklands, like the same level. Both ends, both Egypt and Kenya are in Africa, so 2 things in parallel, 2 parallel things. Like the weather in Philadelphia is like the weather in my hometown. It is like benzemek is similar to, aynı. Likewise, okay, Toyota makes fuel-efficient cars, like economical cars, and likewise, in the same way, like Toyota, Fiat makes fuel-efficient cars. Be careful, likewise, dikkat edelim, bunun gibi, buna benzer şekilde. I'm continuing, similar to. The menu at Gino's is similar to the menu at Frank's. Yakın, benzer. Similarly, adverb, Martha has 2 children and works full-time. Similarly, Leila is a working mother. So, they are similar. The same, my roommate and I like the same kind of music, exactly the same. The same as the education in Miski is the same as the education in Karabük University. Okay, guys, of course, you can't memorize all of them at once, but you can just choose 3 or 4 of these transition signals to use in your future compare and contrast essays. Let's do some practice then. Okay, use the comparison signal in parentheses and reword, tekrar, yani wording'i, kelimelerin yerini değiştirebilirsin. The sentences as needed, ihtiyaç olursa. The internet has helped make English a word language. Global businesses have helped make English a word language. Like nasıl kullanılıyordu? Like plus a noun or noun phrase. Bir isim ya da isim yapısı gibi bir şey gelmeli. O zaman like the internet gibi global businesses have helped to make English a word language diyebilirim. I can say this. The second one, So be careful how you're using these signal words. Yani if they are adverb, if they are linking verb, you should be careful with this. Sadece nasıl kullanıldığına dikkat edin. British English has become an international language. American English now is now heard in locations around the globe. So similarly was an adverb. So the same sentence actually, the first sentence I write here and a dot, and then similarly, okay, a comma and the next sentence. Third one, more than 350 million people speak English as their first language. Okay, likewise. Likewise, yes, millions of people speak English as an additional language. Likewise da gençler, linking verb gibi, but gibi, so gibi başka bir cümleye bağlayıp, başka bir cümleyi bitirip ondan sonraki cümlene bağlanıp kullanılabiliyor. I'm skipping this part. Okay, now we are seeing the transition signals to show differences and contrasts. Yani this is like this, but the other thing is like this. İkisini karşılaştıracağım. Comparing two things. I need these a lot. Okay, one, although. I think we have learned this from B1 book, maybe. Although the Sahara Desert has a dry climate, some crops can be grown there. Okay, good. So, something negative, something positive. If I want to use although, I need to say two unparalleled things, different things. Okay, guys, and sentence and sentence. Okay, but the Sahara Desert has a dry climate, but the Amazon rainforest has a wet climate. Okay, guys, so it is like but. You already know the use of but here. Different from, the climate in the Sahara is very different from the climate in the Amazon rainforest. Okay, like different from what? So noun and noun here. Even though, okay, even though and although are exactly the same things. Aynı şeyler, are exactly the same conjunctions. Aynı bağlaçlar. Even though the Sahara has a dry climate, some crops can be grown there. Aynı şekilde kullanılıyor. However is exactly the same with but'la. Aynı şey. The Sahara Desert has a dry climate. However, the Amazon rainforest has a wet climate. Sadece yazışlarına dikkat edelim. Batı gençler bu şekilde iki cümleyi with a comma you can use, but or with like a full stop and but and comma. But with however, okay, this is more preferable to use like with a stop before and with a comma afterwards. Okay, I'm continuing. In contrast, the Sahara has a dry climate. In contrast, the Amazon rainforest has a wet climate. The same like however with however. On the other hand, the Sahara Desert has a dry climate. On the other hand, the Amazon rainforest has a wet climate. The same with however but group. Unlike, yeah. Be careful here. It is the same, okay, it is usage is the same with like, because like plus noun or noun phrase, unlike plus noun or noun phrase. Unlike rainforest, deserts get very little rain. So noun phrase, it comes, and there comes a noun phrase here, and whereas. Okay, whereas the Sahara Desert is dry, the Amazon rainforest is wet. Whereas is also very similar to although, even though, and though, whatever. And while, okay, whereas and while is the same. While the Sahara is dry, the Amazon rainforest is wet. Sorry. Okay. Now, because in the book you have to, okay, yeah, you will see despite and in spite of, I have just added these two things into my presentation. Okay, in spite of and despite are just prepositional expressions. So you will, okay, they have the quite similar meaning to although or even though, but just the usage of them is different from although or the usage of although or even though. They express the contrast between two things like although or even though, but we usually use in spite of and despite with a noun or noun phrase, like although, even though, plus sentence. But after despite and in spite of, I use a noun or noun phrase. The dry climate in the Sahara, some crops can be grown there. But in although, I use like, so let me, although the Sahara Desert has a dry climate, so full sentence. You have seen the, okay, difference, I guess. Okay, guys, now please prepare your books. First, we will, okay, start with the reading on page 112. Okay, in this part of our book, it also talks about compare and contrast essays. So you are so lucky right now. We are just doing these two at the same time, and it will be better for us. We won't repeat the same things again and again. Okay, you will read the Julia's blog on page 112, Why I Stay at Home. And after reading Julia's blog, we will decide what is her main point first, part A. Yes, guys, I will read the Julia's blog together with you. Yes, I'm also starting to read. Why I prefer to stay at home. What was your last cinema experience like? I remember the expensive tickets, the long queues, and the uncomfortable seats. Does this sound familiar? I love going out to see my friends, going to parties or clubs. I like having fun. However, I don't really enjoy going to the cinema anymore. The other problem for me is the audience at cinemas. Audience is like the viewers. Although many people say that seeing a film at the cinema is a good chance to go out and be sociable, I really hate listening to other people's comments. The last time I went to the cinema, there was a couple who commented loudly on everything in the film. They laughed at everything in the film really loudly, even at things which weren't funny. I politely asked them to be quiet. Despite this, buna rağmen, they continued as if they were watching their own TV. If I watch something at home, I can invite my friends and spend time with people I know and like rather than staying near noisy strangers. Another reason for staying at home is convenience. Convenience like rahatlık, uygunluk, being comfortable. I like to watch films or TV shows when I want to watch them, not at specific times. In spite of my love of films and TV shows, I don't enjoy all of them. If I'm at home, I can stop the film and watch something else, or I can fast forward. And fast forward, just make it faster. Through the boring bits, boring parts. For example, I was really disappointed with a film I saw last night, so I just switched it off. While I watch a lot of films, I also watch a lot of TV shows online now. I really enjoy watching a whole series. It gives characters time to develop in interesting and unexpected ways. In fact, there are so many great TV shows to watch, I've hardly got time to go to the cinema. So these days when my friends invite me to the cinema, I usually say no, thanks. I really do prefer to watch films and TV series at home. I can choose what I want to watch, I can choose the time when I want to watch it, and I can choose who I watched it with. The question really is, why should I go out? Okay, it's a perfect example, huh? The compare and contrast essay. So let's decide what is the main point of Julia. Okay, the second one, there were three options on the book. Okay, but her main idea is it is more comfortable and convenient to watch films and TV series at home. Yeah, she definitely thinks like this, but from the only by looking at the concluding sentences and concluding paragraph, we can understand her way of thinking. Okay, I'm continuing. Yes, guys, I'm continuing with the same slides. Yes, guys, we are continuing with our books. We are at the part of reading and discussion on page 113, and we have read Julia's blog together. Now we will decide what is the main idea of each paragraph. Okay, there are 5 paragraphs here, but it only asked me about paragraph 2, paragraph 3, and paragraph 4. In part D, writing skills, and part D, you can see the questions. Okay, paragraph 2 talks about cinema audiences. She is writing about cinema audiences in paragraph 2. And in paragraph 3, okay, the main idea is the convenience of staying at home. And in paragraph 4, an alternative to watching films. Guys, she is using these, okay, main ideas, topics to compare and contrast two things: to watch a movie at the cinema and to watch a movie at home. Siz de arkadaşlar yazarken you will need also topics to be compare and contrast two things. İki şeyi karşılaştıracak öncelikle topic bulmanız gerekiyor. Şimdi so far we have learned about the ways, the techniques and the transition signings and everything about writing a compare and contrast essay. But what about the Julia's blog? Okay, what type of method does Julia follow in her blog? You will think about this, but because it is a little bit confusing, I need your answers and we will decide about this together. Okay, I'm continuing. Now, I am also on page 113. I'm continuing with the same page. Okay, in Julia's blog, we see some, okay, sentences written by using comparing, contrast signals, linking words, yani bağlaçlar, ne dersiniz deyin. The first one is my example. I like having fun. However, I don't really enjoy going to the cinema anymore. Okay, let's find more example or words to show differences or contrasting ideas in Julia's blog. Okay. For example, in paragraph 2, with although, there is a sentence, although many people say that seeing a film at the cinema is good to chance to go out and be sociable, I really hate listening to other people's comments. So these are like unparalleled different ideas, and after although, a full sentence, and the second one is also full sentence. Despite, okay, here it is like despite this. So despite plus noun or noun phrase in second paragraph, you see this example, and in spite of, after in spite of, we use a noun phrase, my love of films is noun phrase, and there comes a full sentence. In third paragraph, you see this example, and in the fourth paragraph, you see while. It's like very similar, although while I watch a lot of films, I also watch a lot of TV shows online now. Okay, guys, these are the examples used in Julia's blog. Okay, let's do some practice from our book. Complete the rules and examples with the words in the box. Use all words twice. Okay, we will use these twice. We have already, okay, analyzed the usages and the rules of these, okay, rules of these comparing, contrast, transition signals, but we will repeat and you will repeat it. This time you will tell the rules to me. A, I enjoy films. Okay, what can I take here? What can I put here? It's like however. Okay, so we can use however at the beginning of a sentence. It contrasts with an idea in the previous sentence. Okay, it is part B on page 130. So B, example sentence, cinemas have become more comfortable. They are not as comfortable as my sofa. So it is like a sentence, although while, yeah. So where can I use although and while? Let me make a rule about this. We can use although and while at the beginning of a sentence to introduce a contrasting idea. They are followed by a clause with a verb. Clause with a verb means sentence. I'm continuing. With example sentence first. The price of cinema tickets has gone up recently. The cost, I still love the movie. So the cost is like noun here. So despite or in spite of. So the rule, what is the rule here? We can use despite and in spite of at the beginning of the sentence to induce a contrasting idea. They are followed by a noun, pronoun, or noun phrase. Okay, guys, we have made our own rules, created our own rules. Now we are in part C on the page 113 on the same page. First, you are matching the ideas with a contrasting idea from A to F. Then you are joining the sentences, two sentences together. But if it is possible, you will make only one sentence combining these two sentences together. Okay, first you will do, then I am telling the answers here. Yeah. One is matching with B. I was given 2 free tickets to a jazz concert. However, I don't like that kind of music, so I will give them away. Second is matching with E. Although music is something we normally listen to, it's always interesting to watch musicians perform. 3 with C. Although TV screens have got bigger and bigger, there is nothing like the big screen at the cinema. 4 is A. While the beat is very important in hip-hop music, singers still have to know how to sing a tune. 5 is matching with F. In spite of the convenience of watching a film at home, I prefer to see films at the cinema. And 6 is matching with D. Despite my love of special effects, I still want films to have a good story and good acting. Okay, guys, now it's your turn to try to write a compare and contrast essays. I'm presenting you 2 options. Your first option, you will choose just one option. Okay, you can benefit from students' book and you can complete the homework of students' book on page 113. What you are expected to do in this homework? You are going to write an article about the kind of entertainment you love or hate. Choose one of the topics below or your own idea ya da sizin bulacağınız bir şey to compare and contrast. The similarities söyleyebilirsiniz, differences doesn't matter. You can write about similarities, differences ya da ikisi de. Similarity ve differences of two things. İki şeyi karşılaştırmanız önemli burada. Neler olabilir? Music concerts in stadiums or in small clubs, watching sport in a stadium or live on TV, classical music or pop music. Burada şartımız nedir? You will write, guys, in 5 paragraphs. You will write an introductory paragraph. Introductory paragraph'ta you please make sure you have got a good topic sentence. Topic sentence'ınız olduğunuzdan emin olun. Yani what you are going to compare and from which size, hangi yönlerden? The paragraph 2, paragraph 3, paragraph 4 and paragraph 5 conclusion. O zaman you will need 3 ideas to compare. Classical müzik ve pop müziğin 3 tane benzer ya da 3 tane farklı ya da 3 tane benzer ve farklı olduğu yön bulmanız gerekiyor. Önce hangi açılardan karşılaştıracağınıza karar verin, hangisini seçerseniz. Okay, ikinci option, the second option, you can benefit from workbook'tan faydalanabilirsiniz. Page 55. Okay, it is easier, guys. If I were you, I would choose to write the essay from workbook. Read the notes, write an article explaining neye yazıyorsunuz, why you prefer reading the original book rather than a film which has been adapted from a book. So guys, sizin ana fikriniz bu. Your main idea, your topic is you are preferring original book than neye karşı to a film which has been adapted from a book. Okay, and this is your topic, guys. And in paragraph 1, please restate your topic, and paragraph 2, 3, 4, it has already given you all the points to compare and contrast, the original book and the adaptation movie. And in the paragraph 5, you will just write a conclusion. Guys, This is your homework. Choose only one side. Birini seçebilirsiniz gençler. Okay. Thanks for watching and listening to me. See you in our other videos. Have a nice day.